Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 9 p.m. English News Edition at the Headlines. A signing of a memorandum agreement between Jeba Seafood and Louis Retail. First phase of inter-regional competition of traditional game and data collection. For international seniors, fire still going on the influence, in particular in Spain. Those was the headlines and welcome to the National News. Still within the framework of the 50th edition of the Islamic Solidarity Game in Konya, Turkey, the Secretary of State in charge of sport, visited the training center of Djiboutian athletes. The objective of this visit of the Secretary of State in charge of sport and his delegation is to encourage the Djiboutian athletes still in competition. His Excellency Hassan Mohamed Kamel and the member of the delegation accompanying him called on the representative of Djibouti in this game to give the best of themselves, to raise very high the national colors. Thereafter, the head of the Department of Sport, with while choosing words like a coach, recalled that all Djiboutians rely on its athletes to stand out and honor the place of Djibouti. Recall that already 4 athletes are qualified for the final for tomorrow on 1,500 meters. Aden Musa Absiye and Mohammed Ismail Ibrahim Seifata on the 1,500 meters. Sohra Ali Muhammad Qadra Muhammad Danbile. Finally, in the balance of this tournament, Djibouti athletes have won 2 medals, one in silver and one in bronze. The silver medal on the 3,000 meters placed by the champion Mr. Mohammed Ismail Ibrahim Di Fatah, and the bronze medal thanks to our champion Mr. Mumin. Then the presentation of the project of support civil society engagement in the local development process in the Fefe Interior region closed in Arsa on Tuesday, August 11, 2022. Therefore, the implementation agency, the Kaizen company, which is a piloting the USAID funded project, hosted a workshop in the Sunny Hill conference room to present the result of the co-creation workshop held in May at the Sheraton Hotel and the annual implementation plan of the project association. Thus, in the Djibouti 2035 vision, citizen participation remain an essential element in the prospect of strengthening the provision of the service to the population. By the way, USAID is the financial partner of several projects in the Djibouti. This new project funded by the American people through its International Development Agency, USAID. This project will help strengthen the partnership between the Republic of Djibouti and the United States of America. Hence, the support project for civil society engagement in the local development process is executed by the Kenzen company as implementing agency under the institutional anchor of the Ministry of Interior as well as the sectoral ministry, namely the Ministry of Women and Family and the Ministry of delegation in charge of decentralization. One an information workshop on the ongoing decentralization process were held in the Ali Sabih region. These workshops are organized by the Ministry in charge of decentralization within framework of the program of support of decentralization and the local initiative financed by the European Union. The launch of the workshop, which took place at the Regional Council of Ali Sabih, was attended by the President of the Regional Council of Ali Sabih, Sharmaki Hassan Al-Ali. This first awareness campaign aims to inform the local population about the roles and responsibility of the decentralization actors, Regional Council and Prefecture. A team led by the technical advisor of the Ministry of Youth and Culture, Mr. Idris Musa Ahmad, including the director of the CDC, experts collecting data of traditional board game for the safeguard and transmission to the new generation, namely Mr. Muhammad Umar Ismail and Ahmed Hashin Osman, Vice President of the Association Peace and Milk, went to Ali Sabi. Thereafter, the CDC of Ali Sabi hosted the first intra-regional tournament of traditional pool game, and this after the registration phase in the presence of the prefect and the vice president of the regional council and the honorable deputy Abdi Siki of the region as a joke. During the speech, the technical advisor stressed that this summer activity was part of the program of safeguarding and transmission, which constitute cultural heritage in laws. He indicated the academic mission of this project, which aims to identify, describe, and publish in the form of booklet and didactic tools and digital to make them accessible to younger generation and thus contributed to their cultural roots. This program, led by the Minister of Youth and Culture, meets the roadmap of the head of state in terms of cultural preservation, and thus they prefer recall that it's urgent to carry out this activity of safeguarding and the transmission of the to the new generation, to the CDC, to the locality and the school. Moreover, he which said the digitalization of the GTC for a better preservation. The city of Obo hosted yesterday, Tuesday, August 11, 2022, a delegation led by the Executive Secretary of Honors, Haji Hussein Hassan Darar, the representative of the UNHCR in Jaburi, Mr. Yuhandabukul Sogor, and the technical staff. The objective of this visit was to inquire about the living condition of Yemeni refugees still in the refugee village of Markazi. Before going there, the Executive Secretary of Honors and the representative of the UNHCR made a private visit to Obo, capital of the region, where they discussed the purpose of their visit with the first deputy prefect, Mr. Ali Meki, as well as the civil and military authority of the region in the official lunch, the residence of the latter. Then the delegation headed for the refugee village of Markazi, which has been sheltering Yemeni refugees fleeing the war in their country, which is in the cry of unprecedented humanitarian crisis for several years, following the influx of refugees from Yemen to Jewish government in close collaboration with UNHCR has taken the necessary steps to provide them with emergency humanitarian assistance. In the village, the delegation had a long discussion with the men and women of the Yemeni community who are there. The refugees, through the spokesperson, presented their needs and grievances to the two officials who listened carefully and answered all the refugee questions, and they promised an immediate response to the grievance. Jibah Seafood Company, the Jewelry Factory, specialized in the exploitation, processing, and packaging of seafood products, and Belaya Food. Louis Retail have just signed in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, a memorandum of understanding that provides for the export and of Jewelry seafood to the Ethiopia market. This memorandum was initiated by the CEO of Jaburi Seafood, Mr. Eleye Isa Gudi, and the CEO of Belial Food and Louis Retail, Mr. Admuzu Yitajizu. The signing ceremony took place at the Embassy of Djibouti in Addis Ababa, in the presence of representatives of the national airline Air Djibouti, which will provide air transport of goods to Ethiopia. Inaugurated in 2019 by President of the Republic Ismail Magele, the company Jibah Seafood already exports its product to Europe, the United States, the United Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and the Far East. This memorandum of understanding signed with Louis Retail is in line with the vision of the CEO of Jiba Seafood, Eleye Issa Goudi, who nurtured the ambition not only to increase the volume of export of the company, but also an special developed brand image under the label made in Djibouti. Recall that the Republic of Djibouti has significant fisheries potential estimated at about 48,000 tons of the which 9,300 tons are marine species with a high added value. A young Egyptian mother named Yasmin Awad Abdurrahman gave birth to a troubled man on Tuesday at the hospital of reference of the mother and the child. The mother, aged 27 years and already mother of 3 other children, was hospitalized and carried for the last 14 days at the hospital Dar Hanan. A term on the Tuesday took place. Her delivery by a cesarean section, a medical team composed of gynecologists, an anesthesiologist, and a pediatrician near term, in addition to the staff of nurse supervised the operation, which took place in good condition. So this, the Dr. Wabiri, we take the say this operation was a great success. We have successfully completed this delivery in a high risk pregnancy. It's important to follow up on for 1 year in the hospital. Currently, the mother is in the hospital for observation and is in good shape, and the health of the baby, of which weight 2.2 kg, and the 2.4 kg is stable. And now moving on to the international scene. Europe flies to the aid of France to help firefighters who are fighting hard against the spectacular reception of a fire during and land where the first reinforcement arrived from Germany on Tuesday. A total of 31 European firefighters have headed to southwestern France to support the 1,105 fighters who are fighting a replace of the gigantic Landry fire 14,000 hectares already burned in July night and day. Great Britain and Denmark announced new aid to the war-torn country in the form of funding and armament. Do not abandon Ukraine and ensure long-term support. This was the motto of the new international donor conference held this Tuesday in Copenhagen. That's it for this edition. Thanks for your attention and have a wonderful evening.